Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Returning it, John Ross. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, he's got to throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
Back to throw. Day. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
To throw on 2nd down, Day. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. He can't get him down. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now a handoff looking right. And the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. He introduced himself with authority on that play.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They got his man complete. They give him a gain of 37.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
On first down, Day steps away to his left. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Looking to throw. Day. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. What are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
Brandon, this is a good spot in the field to go for it. A lot of coaches call this no man's land. A field goal is no sure thing, and neither is a punt. They made the right choice, went for it, and picked up the first down.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Day. And he fires one incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Day. He may try and run for this. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all it does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in. Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. His first catch there. Good for 10 yards and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after him. Put the pressure on him.
Yeah, he's got it. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So
it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Antonio Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Walsh adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Lions now. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Levante David in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
The right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. Looking to throw on second down. Day. He's going deep for Brown. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in his first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean,
hey, man, they got new ownership, man.
The guys already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the high hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what
they got rid of some dead weight.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
He's got one interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason.
Does D have to play him this year?
And maybe tamp it down a little bit.
27 yards, a big play there on fourth.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Antonio Brown with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point up and good by Walsh. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Hey, how many undefeated teams is it? You, Seattle.
In the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. Already got 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of
teams, I thought he lost the week before. I thought he got 2 losses.
Script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script.
I could have saw it wrong. I thought he was 3-1 when he played
them.
him.
Abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different styles.
He's 3-2. He playing San Francisco. He's 3-2.
And they'll run it here. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And Tate's got it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Mine ain't showed up all year.
Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
It's brought in left side by Tate. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And on the ground they go with the running back. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's...
Hey, man, what happened to D at the gas station, man?
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game.
What if you say
the blitz that they just had against them.
Somebody tried to catch him slipping?
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Huh?
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Oh, a piece of it.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well
He might
on
be
this
on the
drive.
phone,
And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Stafford on 3rd down. This will be
Oh, boy, be careful out there.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Good defense holds him to only 1 yard, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping.
Hey, did you ever get your permit?
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope you can scatter some.
Did you ever get your permit?
Get it done.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all
Yeah,
season, we'll send it down to Jonathan
permit.
Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
Yeah.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Oh, okay.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that
You got one with
gives
you?
them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points.
Is it against the policy?
Past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Huh?
And now out comes Minnesota. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last time when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what
I would keep one in both places.
Touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing to start the drive, but
it's a hoop.
Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back
and
see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion.
You ain't got no other option.
In the middle of the field, we can go make a play on the football.
Gonna throw right side here, complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but
it's a hoop.
Brought down, but a nice little gain.
Oh, okay.
On the completion, but now they face 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help.
But if you're going to keep it in your room, I mean, it don't matter. You ain't trying to, carry it. Just keep it in your room. Just in case somebody walk up in there.
And he found the right spot for the completion.
You got something with you.
It away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
They're going to try and throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. He's got daylight. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Walsh adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
You think both of us gonna be undefeated by week 11?
To return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's a look at Golden Tate as he heads back onto the field now. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On second down, here's Stafford. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Stafford here. He's got his man. This is Tate. That throw good for 4. It's second down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. To the air again, Stafford. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now the juke. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set.
Do I have any draft pick?
So many times you hear today's
Nah, I think I got 1 7th round pick this
Get your
draft.
best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Nah, I ain't got no. My linebacker's pretty young, so everybody except Bowman. I need an offensive line.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
That's what I want.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Stafford caught. Safarian Jenkins right side. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 6 there on first.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
To throw on second down is Stafford. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Daniil Hunter in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
The 13 yards that time of the first.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a first down.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down. Day, flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Brown, hold on
nice
to it.
Hit, jars the ball free, and brings up third down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful.
My bad.
He's got a little daylight.
My bad, Rosa mission.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be second and 11. Back to throw. Day sliding out of the pocket, and that is incomplete here. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up fourth. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
For me, third.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
They cheating
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And this time, not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And that'll make this a second down. Looking to throw on second down. Day. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. As his guys are in for 6, and the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Extra point try now for Walsh. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh boy, you wish you hadn't.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Antonio Brown from 8 yards out. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected. But that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a juice, because you're right.
35-6.
Yeah, and I know the great ones.
Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to quarter number 4.
Try to get 10. Well, I meet you.
Here's Stafford now on second down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
Rhodes with a pick 6.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game.
He glad to be back home, man. You know what I'm saying? Lost track for a little while over there in Arizona.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by
was that the first year?
Trying to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defensive.
I traded him to you the first year.
Walsh adds the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those.
What was y'all final score?
Former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for
He
some reason.
played good. Y'all was in Arizona too, right?
To throw on second down. Stafford throwing the out route incomplete.
I was trying to watch some of y'all games, trying to watch this Pittsburgh Buck game.
About the 35. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him. Why not go back?
Tampa had the ball too with 3 minutes to go. They try to take the lead or tie it.
And they keep making the connection.
They ain't doing that with it though.
This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit.
They ended up punting and didn't get it back.
There's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to...
Pittsburgh trying to get rid of it now.
But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
It'll be a loss of a yard.
I don't know who's going to get it. Miami, about the only team that makes sense.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards.
Jets might make a little sense. I don't know if they got the money. They might, if they got the money, it makes sense.
On third and long.
But they're going to have to pay him.
Escaping the pressure right. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's going to have the first down.
It don't make sense to trade for him for 1 year.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a
So
first
you trade
down.
for him, you might better have the funds to sign it long term.
His way it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
His throw caught right around the 6. A gain of 32 that time. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? Looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Antonio Brown from 6 yards away. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And Detroit getting set to go now. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Here's Stafford. And this is incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate. except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
The left side completion to Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the...
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now let's discuss Antonio Brown as he heads back out there now. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral. Because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Forced out to his left. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And there's a man they call AB, always a volume receiver. He gobbles up catches, holds a #2 and #4 spots for most receptions in a season in NFL history. And in 2015, just 7 catches shy of setting the single-season mark for most receptions, currently held by Marvin Harrison, a Hall of Famer.
He had 136 catches that year on the heels of 129 the season before. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 6 there on first. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Looking to throw. Day. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. 2nd and 10, Stafford again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jones. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a big play there for the Lions. 46 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Stafford on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now they got to get to the line quickly. From the red zone now, Stafford. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, here's Stafford. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys.
Yeah, it's just something.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Santos able to tack on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the wideout Antonio Brown. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we see a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he's brought down after a good gain. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. That one looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. Muscles by at the 25. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
What?
Charles Clay has tied in the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber.
Thank you.
On one like that.
No touchdown.
I mean, there it is, wide open.
Your
Got the
nigga
shot.
was cheating. That's
And
a
he missed
touchdown.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back.
Yeah. Oh, he was out.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the ref makes a call. No touchdown there. Wipe it off the board. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Day eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. They're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Walsh now for the PAT. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. One last throw here for Stafford. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
Quarterback finally had a good game.
Accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points.
Finally
allows them to
good
play
game.
with a totally different style and a different flow.
Yeah.